Hello, welcome back to another lesson with me. Today we'll look at 5 words that are confused. Almost, nearly, hardly, barely, and scarcely. Let's see how do you use them. Let's start with almost and nearly. We use almost to talk about negative and positive forms. However, with nearly, we use it only in positive forms. For example, it's nearly or almost time to eat our lunch. Not yet, but it's almost or nearly time to eat it. Okay, so let's move to another example. I nearly or almost been dead. I nearly been dead. Perhaps I couldn't come to do this lesson, but God saved me. Let's take another sentence. Almost or nearly all my friends are married. It means that not all of my friends are married, but there are some of them not married. Almost or nearly all my friends are married. Okay, but almost has also another meaning which is similar too. So let's have a look at some examples. For example, Anas has lived in Paris for so long that he's almost French. He's almost a French, but not quite, cause he's from Morocco. He's been living in Paris for so long that he's almost a French. People think that he's French. His accent has changed, the way he acts is a little bit different than it was before. Okay, so that's how we use almost to mean similar. So when it comes to negative forms, remember that we can use almost in negative and positive forms. However, with nearly, we can use it only in positive forms. So when it comes to negative forms, we have to use almost. So let's have a look at some examples. I almost never finish my work before dinner. Almost never. But sometimes I do, but I almost never do. Now we have another way that we can mean the same thing by using hardly. So we should say, I almost not believe it. It's not that I didn't believe it, but I almost not believe it. So we should say, I hardly believe it. How did you do it? Okay, so let's take another example. So for example, I can hardly ever see you these days. It means that I can almost never see you these days. So let's move to scarcely. So for example, scarcely anybody was at the show yesterday. So it means almost not anybody was there. Perhaps because the show wasn't popular. So let's take another example. I know scarcely any of those people. It means that I know almost not any of those people, or I know hardly any of those people, or I know barely of those people. Barely? Okay, so let's talk about barely. So for example, his salary is barely enough to make ends meet. His salary is not enough to even feed his family some weeks. So let's move to the last sentence. Turn up the volume. I can barely hear what they're saying. So I hear something, but I can't hear everything. So I can almost not hear what they're saying. So thanks guys for watching that video till the end. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them to me in the comments below. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Goodbye.